Do you know how clean your water is? We'll see how the men and women at the Champaign-Urbana Sanitary District value water safety.
And later, see how Football Sunday was interrupted by an unwanted surprise.
UI7 Newsbreak starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio on the University of Illinois campus, UI7 News, your U of I news source.
Hello and welcome to UI7 Newsbreak. I'm Bria Purdiman.
And I'm Alyssa Bochenek, bringing you the latest in local and national news. The Urbana-Champaign Sanitary District is an aspect of the community that is often overlooked by its citizens.
The men and women responsible for managing the district are important to the public and help shed light on the process necessary to clean water. Jessica Lubin has the story.
The Urbana-Champaign Sanitary District's main responsibility is to treat all of the wastewater that is used by the community every single day of the year. Bruce Raby is the lab supervisor of the Northeast plant located in Urbana, and he describes the important role he has at the district.
Well, I supervise 2 laboratory technicians. They collect samples from both plants, analyze those samples, and check to make sure that the processes are operating correctly.
Raby's work at the sanitary district clearly ensures that the maximum amount of effort is being put forth for all of the community served.
So we're to make sure that the water we're putting out is the best water possible to send to both receiving streams.
As a vital asset to the wastewater treatment plant, Bruce Raby understands the importance of his job to the public's health and safety. In his past 25 years of experience, however, he hasn't forgotten the satisfaction he feels after a hard day's work.
That if it was coming in and doing the same thing every day, it might get to be a little boring, but it does change.
It's just a snake, a rubber stake. To help
we have team meetings so everybody communicates well. Makes it an enjoyable place to work.
As a fellow employee of the district, the Director of Administrative Services, Kim Lytle, shares similar views on working at the wastewater plant.
But in general, they understand what we're doing and they understand the importance of what we're doing, and they work well together. We have a very strong work ethic here.
Bruce Raby will continue to labor for the Champaign and Urbana communities, and the sanitary district will always represent a modest yet significant part of everyday life in these towns. This is Jessica Lubin for UI7 Newsbreak.
What should have been a normal football Sunday turned into an afternoon of chaos for the Bears and fans. The Bears were set to play the Ravens this past Sunday at noon, but soon after the start of the game, the weather took a turn for the worse. Severe weather across Illinois resulted in rain and strong winds at Soldier Field. Fans waited inside the stadium for hours, but luckily the game was able to eventually resume, and the Bears defeated the Ravens 23-20 in overtime.
Chicago's effort to help typhoon victims in the Philippines has hit a snag. Donated food, clothing, and emergency supplies are ready to go, but there's only one cargo plane available to deliver it. Governor Pat Quinn says they are willing to do whatever they can to get everything to those in need.
It's very, very important that we deliver the goods. We have O'Hare Airport, which is a great airport not far from here, and our state has provided and is willing to provide trucks wherever necessary to help transport some of the items that are here to the airport.
Disaster officials in the Philippines say the death toll is now at more than 3,600 people. Health officials say the aid is desperately needed by survivors.
A strip mall went up in flames Friday on Chicago's north side. Smoke and flames shot into the air as firefighters worked to put out the blaze. Several businesses were destroyed, including a nail salon, a mattress store, and a liquor store. There were no reports of injuries.
A Penn State student was killed in a fall off of a 9th-floor balcony. Police say 20-year-old Connor McManus fell at the Penn Towers apartment complex early Saturday morning. Investigators say it's too early to tell what led to the fall, but they do believe drugs and alcohol may have played a part. Police are asking any witnesses to the fall to contact them.
A University of Illinois student has a very personal way of sharing her unique culture through artwork. Reporter Erin Maturo has more on the story.
Once you kind of become addicted, it's the best thing in your life and it's the worst thing.
Jessica Rojas is speaking about art. A senior majoring in painting at the University of Illinois, Jessica had the pleasure of putting on her own solo art expedition last Thursday at the Asian American Cultural House. Much of her work has been inspired by the fact that her parents come from two completely different cultures, her mother from Taiwan and her father from Puerto Rico.
The experience comes with a lot of displacement feelings, but there's also this really great cultural celebration that comes along with that.
Through this bicultural lifestyle, Jessica has gained more than just inspiration for her art.
I've been lucky enough to sort of have empathy for people who don't necessarily have the same lifestyle as me. I'm able to kind of identify with people taking different approaches to different circumstances.
Sometimes it's not just the ability of being able to stroke a brush that makes an artist great. It's clear that Jessica is well-rounded, and that's what makes her a great artist.
But one thing that definitely stands out is Jessica's ability to speak about her work. She's intelligent, she speaks well about her work, and she's also has a good concept of the vocabulary and the issues that she's interested in bringing into it.
Her parents came out just for the occasion and were happy to express their feelings about their daughter's successes.
But all her work I've always enjoyed, and I just like it. So I'm very proud of her.
Jessica plans on continuing to make and display her work after graduation and maybe even come back to teach. She's clearly heading in the right direction. I'm Erin Maturo with UI7 News.
We'll be right back after this break.
You think you're just checking your messages or telling a friend you're on your way. They could be the last words you ever type. Make sure you get where you're going.
Bethany Ann Doak. Ian Donnelly. Kirsty Lynn Duthitt.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Get your ass out. You're not sitting here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why are you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those hands.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you. Come look at Mr. Feather. Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
The Republican-led House of Representatives has voted to approve a bill to extend health insurance plans facing the axe. You may remember millions of people got cancellation notices because their policies did not meet health reform
On this
requirements.
vote, the yeas are
The bill
261,
passed in the
the
House
nays are
today
157.
would extend those policies for another year and allow anyone to purchase them. The House vote comes just after President Obama announced he's meeting with insurance executives to also try to extend those plans slated for cancellation. The program allows veterans with PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, and physical disabilities to learn to be licensed scuba divers. Local businesses contributed to dive tank and equipment, as well as funds for the project.
Along the lines of campus safety, female students at the University of Illinois were able to engage in a basic self-defense class entitled Take Defense. Unfortunately, it is true that violent acts against women occur right on and near campus. Many female students believe awareness is a big issue.
On this campus, it definitely happens, and it's not the most known that it does. So I think this is a good opportunity to bring up the conversation about it and what to do if it did rise.
The class focused on how to escape if a predator approached or attacked, and participants felt that this was a beneficial skill to be learned.
So doing self-defense classes like
What
this,
a great way
educating
to
women is very, very important in order to prevent future assaults from occurring on our campus.
What a great way to promote safety on campus.
Welcome back to UI7 Newsbreak. Engagement at U of I Org sponsored Dr. Chandra Gill to speak at the African American Cultural House on Tuesday. Gill is a Chicago native and U of I alum on a mission to educate and motivate young people.
Today, I believe to educate our kids, you got to motivate them, because when it's all said and done, when you grow up by a vacant lot, your mind becomes vacant. If you grow up around abandoned buildings, you think it's cool to abandon kids, but that don't have to be that. So I believe you got to motivate our children, and I think not think that you can't educate them. And so in the spirit of Miss Anderson, here I am just at an event. Somebody didn't call me and told me to speak somewhere. I'm always speaking somewhere. Man, we're in a society now where people, as I said in my talk, it's all about a profit, but where's the soul? Man, King, get out of here with that. Dr. King is noted for saying, it was Fannie Lou. I tried. Man, Fannie Lou.
One of my favorite things that she said is, if you know you're a Bugatti, don't hang out with Impalas.
Gill challenged the audience to look within themselves to understand their value and self-worth.
They're called Azonto and Al-Qaeda. They may be difficult to pronounce for some, but they're two popular West African dances that made it to Champaign. Members of the African Cultural Association taught U of I students how to do West African dances in preparation for their annual reggae party. Here's the story.
The African Culture Association, better known as ACA, is having their annual reggae party this month. ACA hosted a how-to event to teach people how to do the popular West African dances in preparation for the party. Mike Bochenek says the dances are like telling stories with your body.
It's really loose and sharp movement at the same time. So when you're not being sharp, you're being loose. It's like poses, but then it's also like you use your hands to tell some type of story. So you're depicting whatever story you're depicting with your hands. So whether it be cutting your hair, calling somebody, whatever it is, you gotta use your hands to play with it.
Mike first taught Ghanaian dances called Al-Qaeda and Azonto. Then he taught Nigerian dances called Alanta and others.
The reggae party is tomorrow, and students are expected to do the Azonto dance, which is essentially a dance involving the hands and the midsection. You find the beat to the song and you motion your body like so.
People were very excited for the reggae party. One student says the event offers something different from other parties.
This party is different from most of the parties that are held by the Black community. It's like more Africanized, and I haven't been to any other party in California. I've only been to one party, and this is the one I'm looking forward to for this semester.
Every year, ACA hosts a reggae party in the fall and then again in the spring. Literally hundreds of people travel to Champaign for this one event.
I'm just happy that people at U of I are able to adapt to stuff like this, because like the whole school can dance Azonto and now Al-Qaeda's catching on.
And there you have it. I'm Bria for UI7 Newsbreak.
How much do you usually spend on Thanksgiving dinner? A new report says prices may be changing this year. Thanksgiving dinner may not cost as much as last year. The American Farm Bureau Federation is out with its annual price survey of a Turkey Day meal. This year, a feast for a family of 10 is expected to cost, on average, $49.04. That's about 44 cents less than last year's average. The estimate includes classic Thanksgiving foods, including turkey, stuffing, and cranberries.
That's all for today. Thanks for tuning into UI7 Newsbreak. I'm Bria Purdiman.
And I'm Alyssa Bochenek. Have a great day.